Hello everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Nick and we're having a revisit on this Revisited series. I don't know why we're doing this one, well I sort of like do. This is Turbo Outrun and we're only revisiting it because we recently reviewed Outrun to see how the two compare. Now this was published by US Gold in 1989, based on the arcade cabinet from SEGA in 1989. The game originally cost £9.99, this game I mean, but then it was released as budget $3.99. And remember my original review, as you come quickly apparent, I couldn't get the sound to work and it looks like it's the same here. But how does this differ from Outrun? Well, you're driving a Ferrari F40 and much like the original Outrun on the Spectrum at least, it doesn't feel like a Ferrari because it's not in red, it's just a monochrome. It's moving a bit quicker than the original Outrun anyway, but it's not a great game quick straight away. You're racing across the USA, starting from New York going to Los Angeles. You'll see we can do an unlimited amount of boosts unless we overheat in the top right. You see that bar there? When it gets to overheat, we're done for. Time's ticking down in the top left. If I don't do very well, I'll put a poke on to show you at least a few sections, but if it's like this all the way through, I probably won't complete the game, that is for sure. Now, different from the first game, whoops, that's a bit better anyway. Different from the first game, it doesn't have branch points, so in Outrun you could choose what direction you was going to go into at certain intersections. This you can't, so it really loses a bit of the core of what Outrun was about for me, so mark it down there. And I believe you're racing a Porsche 959, so let me know if you can see it every now and again. Yeah, but it is a little bit lackluster this. Oh, there's a Porsche 959 in front of me, I think. Well, there's a couple of them. It could be any of them, couldn't it, really? If you had this game back in the day, let me know. As I say, it's slightly quicker than the original Outrun, but the frame rate wasn't brilliant. What the disadvantages of this really, it is chase view like the other one was, but you're so close to the car you can hardly. Oh dear, that wasn't smooth. You're so close to the car you can hardly see any of the road whatsoever. We're now in Washington. Do you recognise it? No, you probably don't. Yes. So yeah. Really, this game doesn't deserve to be revisited, but if you want a comparison, I did consider doing a rerun of Turbo, Outrun Europa as well, but we probably won't. I think I need to have a look at Death Chase, don't I? It's all about Death Chase, Death Chase. Let's have a look at Death Chase. But anyway, it's quite a quiet affair this, so make your own engine sounds. This is being emulated, so that might be a problem why. But the 128K does have music going on. I'll be surprised if the 48K doesn't have any sound at all, because how can you have a racing game without any sound? That's preposterous. Preposterous. So it's all about seeing what colour the levels are. At least it isn't all one colour. When I say that, the sky is cyan to give a bit of depth, and the road is green. We've run out. Well, we won't put a poke on it, it's giving us 6 credits, so we'll do a few continues then. We start right at the start at Washington DC again. This game is a lot better in the arcades. I think I've reviewed it on the Mega Drive as well, but I did prefer the original Outrun on that one, because, you know, Outrun, trademark, you need branching off roads in different directions. You need that. This, I don't know, perhaps they're just trying to milk it a bit, but, you know what you're going to do. Turbo is available. Right, we're turboing. Knock these things around. Yeah. If I'd had this one back as a kid, I would have played it every now and again because you don't need to read any instructions. You can just blast down. But, you know, I suppose it's acceptable really, but I would prefer to play Super Hang-On when you're looking at arcade conversions. That's a lot better than this one. It's because you can't see very much. You're just looking up this car's exhaust pipe the whole time. And if you like looking up exhaust pipes, well, I don't want to ask what other hobbies you're into, but if you like looking up exhaust pipes, this game's probably for you. Hooray, he said sarcastically. How long have we been playing this? Not very long. Oh, look at that. That wasn't smooth at all. At least there's no loading on this one. We won't be editing it because there's no loading, as far as I'm aware. Just go to the next one. And this is probably the best colour scheme so far. A white road with a cyan background and the mountains suddenly turn up. Are they mountains or are they just melted toffee? I'll let you make your decision. If it is melted toffee and we get to it, the car might get a little bit stuck. The original Outrun on the Spectrum, the frame rate really went down when there's a lot of obstacles on the course. We're going under that tunnel as if, well, it's the same sort of like speed the whole time. Nice wide road here at the moment. Time 17 seconds. We might have to use another continue, but it's impossible to know how far you are down the track. Well, on the section at least. Right, boost it. We're almost overheating here. Now it says overeating. Both of them aren't very good. One sets you on fire, the other one makes you incredibly fat. Oh, look at this. 4. Oh, that was just about there. So a yellow road and a red horizon. Yeah. Right, so this is probably very, very similar, this review. What's that black dot? Is it very, very similar, this review, to the first one? What is that black globe in the sky? I'm sure I picked that up on that before. What is it? It's not the sun, because the sun famously isn't black. Could it be the moon? It's too big for the moon. Maybe it's the Death Star. The Death Star's come to blow the game up. Fire when ready, Commander. Or fire at will, Commander. Whatever he said. Boo. Perhaps we're on Outrun. That could be it. The Death Star is there. It's too big to be a moon. It's too big to be too big to be a space station. That's no moon. That's a space station. It's too big to be a space station. Oh, shut up, Ben. Leave the ship. And we drive on. We drive on the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the continue. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Oh, what no fun we had. Diddly 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 diddly. So look at that hair though in the cockpit. That's waving around slightly, so it gains 1/10 of a point extra for that. So I'll remind you the cost of this, £9.99 when it was new. That was a lot of money for a kid, pocket money. Re-release £3.99 on a budget label, still too much. Cover tape, that would have been good. But we're racing around Mars, it seems. It's supposed to be somewhere in the States. Somewhere in the States that's got the big Death Star up in the sky, not Mars. Possibly Mars, with a yellow brick road. I forgot to see which one it is. We won't be doing each track of this, because this game, I feel, goes on quite a bit. Overheat. Yeah, we've overheated. That means we can't do any boosts. 20 seconds left of this epic stage. I'm going for the next stage to be a cyan sky and a green track. Let's guess that. They've done that already. They might fall back on this one, because yellow and red is a bit nightmarish, isn't it, really, as a colour scheme. Don't tend to lose too much time for crashing into the cars. You do lose a bit if you go off and the car somersaults. This must be it. Checkpoint. All right. Now we've got to a bit we can upgrade stuff. High power engine, high grip tyres, I think, and this is abysmal colours. Chicago. It's a hell of a town. Oh, who done the colour scheme for this? It's a black road, which is traditional, but why is the car like this white? Yeah, I feel like I'm racing a photo negative. This is a photo negative, isn't it? See the other side, you've got a nice red car, a grey road or whatever. Yeah, this is doing my eyes in big time. Big style-y. And the black moon's gone to be replaced by a huge moon that's balancing on the top of a skyscraper, or maybe it's a golf ball on a massive golf tee. They've really got the scale wrong in this game, haven't they? What a big boo-boo. A big boo-boo. I don't recall in the arcade version having a moon quite that big. It looks like it's going to collide with the Earth. Whoops, a bit of undulation. Always points for undulation as we overheat again. Speed. Chicago. Do. I always feel like eating a pizza when I hit the word Chicago. I think the Chicago pizza's from the supermarket, I think. Yeah. Okay. And all that jazz. St. Louis. Louis, bom bom. Oh, Louis, bom bom. Something. I don't know what Louis was doing. This is St. Louis. And it's green with cyan, so I was right eventually. We'll go past that police car. Yeah. Are you excited? I bet you're very, very excited. Now, I must remind you, the channel's been going for quite some time, so if you don't particularly like this video or the game, there's probably nearing about 2,000 videos. I'm not sure they're all gameplays, but the majority of them are. So check those out, have fun. If you watch all of them, then let me know, because it's probably going to take you I don't know, I haven't added up the time, probably the best part of a month. And it's me talking rubbish, playing the game. Now, these games, if you've watched at least a few of these, isn't all about expert gameplay. It's about, if you picked this up as a kid, what would your experience would have been? Would you have been disappointed or happy on first impressions? And would there have been enough there for you to persevere with it, go back and play it again as we go to blue and yellow? With this one, I would have given it a few plays, to be fair. It's not great. It hasn't aged well. It's aged terribly. It's not as good as the original Outrun, but yeah, if you liked Outrun, you probably forgive this for a little while at least, until you got Lotus on the Commodore Amiga, then this wouldn't get played ever again. Probably is going to be lifted quite a bit more if you can get the sound working, which if you're using a real Spectrum, you probably can. So that might add a little bit as we hit these tumbleweeds flying all over the shop. Don't stop, all over the shop. Okay, right. We haven't stopped at a service station yet. Oh, we did. We did do a power up, didn't we? Which is a power steering. I'm not really noticing a great deal of difference in the handling of this car, but I imagine there must be. Yeah. Yellow. I think oh, look at that. 4 credits remaining. I think the Moon Titan has got a yellow sky because it rains methane there. I just I don't know it's the case. I just associate methane with being yellow. Mellow yellow. Don't go there on holiday. You might come out a little bit stinky. If you have been to Titan on holiday, then let me know. To Ganymede and Titan, yes sir, I've been around. There ain't no place like that good old toddling town. Right, if you know where that song come from, comment below because I think you're particularly brilliant. Right, 33 seconds. 31 seconds. You know what comes next, don't you? Yes, it's 28 seconds. Oh dear, overheated again. Right, we can get off this. It's just a question of when do I get bored, or maybe the computer might reset to save me a lot of hassle. Speeding down the freeway, looking for adventure. You won't get this game in esports, that's for sure. You won't get all the Formula 1 drivers during lockdown playing this, and it's gone to white with a dark blue. Is it 3D in the background? Why are they doing that? My eyes have gone a bit funny. It's like black and blue. I feel a bit black and blue after that. Now we're going to try and overtake these see-through lorries. At least you can see if there's any people hiding in them. Right, let's get round here. It's just lorries here. Hugh Lorry, another lorry, Lorry McMenemy, if you know him, and a driving lorry, and a big moon's back, but this time in big black. It might actually be Titan, actually. Perhaps that's where the... it's like we're in a different planet or something. I mean, if you saw the moon that big in the sky, you'd be seriously worried, wouldn't you? Seriously worried. And you'd try even ignore the frame rate of the road going forward in front of you. 13 seconds. We're overtaking these quite easily considering. Branching round. Right, checkpoint. Right, okay, so this is the other two things. We do high power, which we'll do. We won't worry about special turbo. Sounds like a failed breakfast cereal. Got special K and you got special turbo. Right, we're on the wrong side of the road, I think. I haven't seen that. Are they Porsches? Well, in the arcade game, it's quite clearly you're versus a Porsche 959. I think in this one, I don't think they've thrown in an original Porsche 959. They've just chucked in loads of them, I think. Oh, well, actually, that is one there. Is it? No, I don't know. I can't tell. It's very... Whoops, as I flip over. It's very indescript. What's that word? Yeah, it's not vivid, anyway. Can't tell in my head of the Porsche. It don't tell me. It's not like Test Drive 2 on the Commodore Amiga. You know exactly who's in the lead or not. It's an arcade game, which could have been a little bit better, I have to say. Maybe could have pulled back a little bit for the view so the car wasn't taking up too much of the screen so you can see more of the road. That might have enabled it to maybe scroll a little bit better. There are some good elements there, but as I say, you definitely need it with the sound involved. And really, I wanted a true sequel to Outrun with the branches in the road as well. Yeah, keep it across America. You can go through different states depending on what route you take. But of this, even if you completed it, the adventure is going to be exactly the same each time. So with Outrun, you can complete it and thought, right, what if I go through a different branch road? And then it keeps the interest up. This is just all one go. Having said that, Lotus 2 on the Commodore Amiga, one of my favourite games, was all just one stage, all green and red. But it played really well, that one, so you could forgive it. This, green and red. Red and green should never be seen, but they get away with it here ever so slightly. We might make this the last stage, then get out of here, to be fair. 20 seconds left, but you're going to see the same gameplay over and over again through each stage. It doesn't vary a great deal. The only thing that changes really is the colour. The vehicles seem to be a bit the same, apart from we had that lorry stage, didn't we, before, but then that was about it. Lackluster, this. It's acceptable compared to the other Outrun first game, and and Turbo Outrun, if you played it in the arcade and played it on the Spectrum, you would have been a little bit disappointed, I think. But if you had no knowledge, we won't play a game. If you had no knowledge of the games, you might get away with this. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that one. Again, that was Turbo Outrun on the ZX Spectrum, published by US Gold in 1989, and based on the arcade cabinet the same year from SEGA, driving your Ferrari F40. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, or anywhere you've been in your Ferrari F40 lately, then please put that in the comment section below. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.